back to the Mike and Mike Show, sponsored by WagerPro.com. Mike, the response from the app has been fantastic. To show our appreciation, we're going to be issuing everyone a coupon code for free 30 days of everything WagerPro has to offer. All you need to do, download the app, put in your free coupon code MA30 days. You're going to get access to everything for 30 days absolutely free, okay? Things are happening in the NFL. Week 1 is in the books. A couple of things that I take away from Week 1 is how impressive the Raiders were. After all of the distractions, Gruden had them ready to play in this game. Derek Carr looked fantastic running that offense. No more AB distractions. Looks like they're focused in. AB just continues to storm the news for everything unrelated to football. I mean, everything is happening bad to this person and maybe deserving, okay? I don't see this guy finishing a season with the Patriots. Don't even see him possibly even playing one game. It just doesn't happen at that organization. You know, what do you think, Mike?
Yeah, that's right. You know, Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick, zero tolerance for that kind of behavior. And, you know, to be honest with you, did the Patriots really need Antonio Brown? We saw what they could do without him. I think it would just be a distraction. And, you know, I want to go back to that Monday night game because when that line opened earlier last week, you were looking at the Denver Broncos as a 2-point underdog in Oakland, and then all of a sudden, the headache gets released, and they must really value Antonio Brown, even though he didn't practice all preseason.
It's a tremendous talent.
Tremendous talent. The line on that game moved 5 points, so Denver at kickoff was favored by 3. That's what we call a reverse line movement here at WagerPro, and that's the kind of information that you can get just by going to WagerPro.com and downloading the app. A lot of people out there, they obviously thought that Denver was the right side, being that Antonio Brown was not there, but it seemed as if Oakland played more together without him. From start to finish, they were very impressive.
Finally,
and again,
focus on football.
100%. Focused on football and not the circus show that was in town the entire summer. And again, reverse line move, what does that exactly mean? You can go to WagerPro.com and you can read about how to bet. Betting terms, betting questions. What is a reverse line? What is sharp money? You know, how much do I bet per game? What is a nickel or a dime? All of this information is at wagerpro.com, and you can download the app absolutely free. And as Mike said earlier, we'll give you a coupon code right here on the air, MA30 days. It's going to get you the first month absolutely free, and you'll get notifications just like the one we sent out on Monday night in regards to that Broncos-Raiders matchup.
Absolutely. Download the app, guys. You won't regret it. Tonight starts week 2 of the NFL season. Big matchup happening. Tampa Bay goes into Carolina. We're going to get into that game in just a little bit, but we want to focus in on a couple of games this Sunday that Mike and I are very high on. First one I'd like to talk about, Vikings heading in to Green Bay, Lambeau Field, 1 o'clock Eastern time. The line on this game is 3, total posted at 44. I mean, this is a huge game. Division game. Packers have a defense. Aaron Rodgers is zoned in about it. I just can't see Minnesota going into that field with the defense Green Bay has. I mean, Kirk Cousins only had 10 pass attempts in the game last week. Granted, their running game did wonders. Atlanta laid an egg. There's no way without Kirk Cousins throwing the ball they're going to have any shot in this game. That's my opinion of the game. What do you think about that game?
So you're saying that you do like Green Bay in that game on Sunday. Now, that game's Sunday at 1 o'clock. There will be expected line movement. And again, the great thing about the Wager Pro app is that you're going to get up-to-minute, up-to-date line moves, stats, trends, even plays of the day that are going to make your life a little bit easier when it comes to making a decision come NFL Sunday. Now, me personally, I do have to disagree with you on that game. You know, I look at Green Bay, I look at what they did last Thursday night in Chicago, and it was very impressive, Mike. However, I just don't know if the Chicago Bears have that kind of offense this year. So I don't know if Green Bay's defense is that good or if the Chicago offense is that bad. And it's early in the year, so a lot can play out. I was more impressed, even though they played at home, with the Minnesota Vikings performance last Sunday. I mean, you look at what they did to a Falcons team that has changed personnel. They are loaded on paper. They're a big favorite to win the NFC South. And from start to finish, the Atlanta Falcons really didn't have a chance. So, you know, I look at this line and I say, okay, Green Bay's laying 3. Very similar to Thursday night, a division game. A lot of time when you have a division game, you see those close lines. Early consensus sways towards Minnesota a bit. But prior to filming, I did get a notification on my Wager Pro app that shows me that that line is now at 2.5. So even that half-point line move for me makes me feel good about Minnesota possibly being the better team, and they're getting 2.5 points. And I look at Monday. Oakland was the better team. And by the time kickoff came around, they were getting 3 points. So, I look at both of them. They're both 1-0. They're both 1-0 against the spread. They're in Lambeau, but it's September, so weather's not a factor yet.
No.
And I don't think that's going to have an effect on the game whatsoever. The temperature in Wisconsin was about 80 degrees today. So I personally think that Minnesota is the right play there. Usually what we do is if a line lands on 3, your Wager Pro analyst or agent will advise you to possibly buy that half point. And all that information is explained on the website, and when downloading the app, it'll give you that extra edge you need.
Right, absolutely. We'll see how that game plays out. Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins. I got to go Aaron Rodgers.
I understand your logic, but agree to disagree, my friend.
Second game that we'd like to focus in on, probably the biggest game of the entire weekend, NFC rematch, NFC Championship game rematch, Rams-Saints. I mean, it's pretty much self-explanatory in this game. I look at a couple of things on this game. Saints are obviously coming into the season with a chip on their shoulder. They should have been in the Super Bowl last year. It's a very tough game, short week for the Saints. They played a last-second field goal to win the game on Monday night. I have to go Rams in this game just for the travel, short week. Rams are loaded. Two-headed monster at running back, Gurley. I mean, I just can't see the Rams losing this game at home in week 2 of the season. What do you think?
Well, Mike, I've known you for 15 years, and we usually agree on a lot of things, but with all due respect, I feel like your opinions are a little chalky for Sunday. And again, chalk bettors, people that do bet on the favorites, and let's face it, we always like to bet those favorites. Why? Because there's a reason why people expect them to win. If you actually go throughout the NFL season, you'll see that underdogs and favorites kind of even themselves out. It's close to 50-50. Also on over-unders as well. So, yes, I agree with you. New Orleans just played on Monday night. They played a tough game against Houston. They pulled it out. They pulled the game out. They fell behind early. They showed a lot of fight. The crowd was outrageous in New Orleans, and that obviously helped them. So they're 0-1 against the spread. I look at the Rams. They did play a tough game in Carolina. So both teams are traveling back west. Now, I know the Rams are the home team, but I don't see a lot of home field advantage for that team because of the fact that they did just recently move from St. Louis only a couple of years ago. So you kind of get a mix of fans out there. Not to say that the home field doesn't play a factor.
Team now,
they do. And I agree with you there. I think they're a fantastic team. But let's not forget, you said New Orleans missed out on the Super Bowl last year. They missed out on the Super Bowl the last 2 seasons. They were the better team in the NFC Championship game. Referees
Saints are
got
my
in the way.
Super Bowl pick this year. I have them going to the Super Bowl.
The refs got in the way last year. And then, look, once the Rams got to the Super Bowl, were they really ready for that? I mean, they scored 3 points in the Super Bowl, and this was a team that scored 30 points per game last year. So, again, I look at a similar situation here, and I see the Rams laying 2.5, and I know why. New Orleans, again, is one of the favorites to come out of the NFC, but I have to look at this game the other way. And, here's the thing. You said Aaron Rodgers or Kirk Cousins. Well, for me, it's Drew Brees or Jared Goff. Okay. And I say Drew Brees 7 days a week, 365 days a year. He's a proven champion. He should have multiple Super Bowl championships. And I think that New Orleans, especially, here's the thing. When you're betting these games, if you're betting an underdog, what does that mean for the novice player? And again, you could find all of this on wagerpro.com and read all about the betting terms and betting questions to give yourself that education and knowledge. And even if you're somebody that's been betting for a while and you think that you know exactly what goes into why odds makers set these lines, it's still a tool that can help you. When you download the app, and again, MA30 days is the coupon code. You'll get the first month for free. You're going to get those up-to-date line moves. You may get a trend that you didn't know existed that's going to sway you in the other direction. So, again, New Orleans is a 2.5-point underdog, and I like them a lot. They don't have to win the game. This game could come down to a point. It could come down to a last-second field goal, maybe like Monday night, for example, and you're looking at a cover on the underdog. So I do have to disagree there, but again, that's why we're here. That's why we break down the board and talk about these matchups.
Should be an entertaining game, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
No question
it definitely
about
will be one of the best games of the week.
Once again, guys, we're sponsored by Wager Pro. The app is essential to anyone who's interested in taking this seriously. Just for the best bet of the day alone, it's 13-3 over the last 2 weeks. Now you're getting access for 30 days for free. MA 30 days, download the app. Now what we're going to get into is tonight's game. Tampa Bay goes into Carolina. Carolina coming off of a heartbreaking loss to the Rams. Battled. Christian McCaffrey is an absolute monster. 19 carries, 128 yards, 2 touchdowns, 10 catches for 81 yards. Fantasy player's dream, this guy is. Going to be, in my opinion, one of the best, if not the best running back in the league this year. The thoughts on this game tonight are very, very simple. Carolina's -6, total 48.5. We will be giving a free play on the total in this game tonight. I'm going to let Mike step in a little bit, tell you a little bit more about this game and how to get access to the free winner for tonight as well.
Well, Mike, you didn't tell us what you like tonight in the game.
We agree on this game.
We do. Well, okay. I got used to disagreeing with you, so I just wanted to make sure. So 8:20 Eastern Time, Thursday Night Football, Week 2. Tampa Bay, 0-1, 0-1 against the spread. I stopped counting how many turnovers they had after 4.
3 picks he had.
Jameis Winston is just not a big game player to me. It was definitely a winnable game against a San Francisco team that has a lot to prove. And Carolina, let's face it, tough game. Even at home, first game of the year. We already talked about the Rams.
Yep.
They're going to be a team to be reckoned with throughout the course of the year. So they're 0-1, 0-1 ATS, both teams. You got a line of 6, you said, right? 6 on Carolina?
6:48.
I just got a notification a couple minutes earlier that let me know that that line has moved to 6.5 now. So again, this is the importance of going to wagerpro.com and getting familiar with the site, and also downloading that app with MA30 days as your coupon code. You're going to get what's a $20 value per month absolutely free. And we're not just talking about up-to-date line moves, weather, injury, the latest news that's breaking in the league, the most relevant information that you need. Listen, it's very difficult to win consistently. It's those extra tidbits that you get that are offered on the app on a daily basis.
You need to use every tool that's available to you, and Wager Pro is the best tool you could have.
Absolutely. So I look at this game, and I personally believe Carolina, even with the first week loss, should be favored by closer to 9. I know why odds makers are setting this line where they did. I agree with you on it. This is a game that we're going to be giving out absolutely free tonight. Call it a Wager Pro complimentary selection, because again, the response has been outstanding, and everyone that's downloaded the app has given us tremendous feedback on the performance of the app itself, and of course their ability to collect money from their offshore sites, their local sports books, or their actual bookmaker. So again, we're going to give that game out for free, like we did last week with the Packers and Bears, which was a big win for us here at wagerpro.com. All you have to do is call 1-800-918-3272, and we're going to give you this winner tonight between Tampa Bay and Carolina absolutely free. And why are we doing that? We want to get a leg up on your bookmaker before the week begins. College football Saturday, NFL Sunday, and Monday Night Football. This is just the beginning of what's going to be a very, very big week.
Absolutely. Like you said, call the number. It's on the screen right here. You're going to get Carolina Tampa Bay winner tonight for free. Download the Wager Pro app. You're getting that for free as well. 30 days. MA 30 days is the coupon code you use. We'll be back this weekend getting you caught up on all the college and pro information for the weekend as well. See you next time.
And be sure to check us out on wagerpro.com. We will be doing videos every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday to give you a leg up on what's happening in the most recent news in both college and pro football. Until tomorrow, have a good night, and let's make some money.